Hey, what's going on? What's going on? How y'all doing today? Hello to everyone that's on YouTube and Facebook and on Twitter Live. Hello, welcome to this small preview for the Big Time Show podcast that will go down on tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central Time. 3 p.m. Central Time, we will have another edition of the Big Time Show podcast that will also be heard live on Podbean as well on tomorrow. I'm not there on Podbean right now. I'm just here with the Facebook and YouTube and Twitter family. What's going on? Listen, tomorrow, 3 p.m., we're going to be talking a little bit more. You know something? I'm going to have to be honest with you. I don't know. I really want to talk about my Lakers so bad. I do. I want to talk about the Lakers tomorrow. I really do, but Cowboy stuff is still and always will be real hot. But I want to talk about the Lakers. So I might do a mixture of both tomorrow. I want to talk about my Lakers and of course Cowboys talk as we are getting closer and closer to training camp that will be going on coming up in just in a few weeks. Actually, the rookies will be reporting. I believe, my goodness, just a couple of days from now, actually. So get ready for that. We're getting ready to get this season started with guys that are going to be trying to make the team, trying to make the Sunday roster. A lot of them will obviously make the practice squad and all that kind of stuff, but those guys want to play on Sundays, line up with the team. So we'll talk about some of that tomorrow. Join me tomorrow, 3 p.m. Central Time for the show. Listen, I don't know if you have not joined me yet. Listen, I really need you to follow me on these platforms that you see on your screen now. My podcast can be found on all of those platforms that you see there. If you have an account with that, why don't you search out my show, which is the Big Time Show podcast, and just simply follow it. If you want to see me live, however, if you're not a friend of mine on Facebook, that's one way you can get it. Another way that you can get it is go to the Big Time Show Facebook page. Follow that, turn on the notifications. You will see me live once I go on live there. Also, obviously, if you are a friend of mine on Facebook, my personal page, I also go live on that as well. So if you're not a friend of mine, just search out Let me put my name there so that you guys see, because I don't know who watches me from wherever. You may not know my name personally other than Big Time. Uh, Here's my, there it is there. If you want to follow me personally on my personal page, just search out that name, Douglas L. Brooks Jr., which is Douglas Lewis Brooks Jr. You will see that. Just follow that, turn on the live notifications, and you'll be able to follow me when I go live. If you are on Twitter and want to see me go live, there it is. At Big Time Lou. At Big Time Lou is my Twitter handler. Twitter handle over there. So that's those ways you can find me. Those ways that you can check me out once I go on all of those. So I appreciate you guys. One last thing, listen, I need some of you, if you don't mind, if you don't want to go live on Facebook, I know some people have a preference on which way they want to go. You can join my YouTube channel. Which is the Big Time Show channel on YouTube. The Big Time Show channel on YouTube. Simply go there, follow the show, turn on those live notifications so that you can get it when I come on. If you choose to check me out live, that's all you have to do is just join and subscribe to that. I really want to try to push my YouTube numbers up. I'm good on Facebook, without a doubt, but I really want to start pushing the YouTube channel as well. So if you don't mind, even if you're on Facebook, if you're a friend of mine, why don't you go over to the YouTube channel, which is the Big Time Show channel, and go ahead and just subscribe to that. And I would appreciate it so much. I don't know who's on with me. I see just only a couple of people, I believe, that are on for right now. Maybe there'll be people who watch the replay or whatever. But appreciate you guys for just popping in. Those of you that watch this replay or whatever, I appreciate you guys coming to hang with me just for a minute or so. We're going to talk more extensively tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Central Time. 3 p.m. Central Time. Right now, as you know, I'm kind of toned down right now, but you know that tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to have something to get hype about. So we're going to save all that for you. And so we'll see you at 3 p.m. Central Time tomorrow. I would appreciate that. All right. Listen, before I leave, I would do this. And some of you guys have watched me a few times. I've even had people ask me, just a few people, how can I, support the show? It's easy. All you have to do is go to $, the Big Time Show. There it is. $, the Big Time Show. You can become a patron of the show that way. That's all you have to do. $, the Big Time Show is right there. Because I'm not on Podbean right now. If you was on Podbean, there's a button that says become a patron, and it leads you to another few set of instructions and take it from there. But if for Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, if you want to become a patron of the show, it is right there. $, the Big Time Show. That's all you have to do. Some people have even asked, how can we get in touch with you? There it is. My Gmail, the Big Time Show 3 at gmail.com. For those that may want to advertise on my little podcast here, you're welcome to do so. We can talk. I've had that happen before. And hey, we're open. I have an audience that spans everywhere, actually, all across the country. Not thousands of people listen, but I do have, I think in the United States, I think I've touched over 18 states in the United States. And I do have had some listeners from across the world and Europe and Australia and France. I've had that happen. Don't ask me how. I don't know. But it's Podbean. Podbean extends itself to everywhere. But I don't know who it is that listen. But hey, they downloaded it and checked me out and all that kind of stuff. So if you ever want to get in touch with me through email, there it is for you on the screen. The Big Time Show 3@gmail.com. And I promise I'll get the message and I will respond. Maybe you want to make a suggestion or critique or lend some support. Appreciate you, Mike. Thank you so much. I see you, man. Appreciate you so much. And again, I don't really pump it up on here. There, when I go live, everyone from the YouTube community can hear, but I just have not just been pushing it up. And a lot of people are finding out that I do have a YouTube channel, and that's on me, and that's my fault for not saying that. But yes, I do have a YouTube channel. When I go live like this, like right now as I speak, I'm on live through Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube right now, live as we talk. And some people may not want to go to Facebook. I understand that. Fortunately, thank God for this technology that we have now. That this streaming service that I use affords myself the chance to spread it out a little bit. So you can hear me on YouTube, you can hear me on Facebook, and you can go to Twitter. Again, I put that here at Big Time Lou. Twitter at Big. That's my Twitter handle at Big Time Lou. And you can join in and you can watch me live from there if you choose. You can comment from there. You can comment from YouTube. You can comment, obviously, from Facebook, as you just saw Mike do just a few seconds ago. So you can't miss me. I hope that you would come hang with me tomorrow if you're not too busy. What's up, E. Kush? I see you, man. I just saw you pop in. Can you believe Michael Parsons is going to wear a number 11 playing linebacker? What's that all about? Well, Mike, the NFL passed that rule that the guys can wear wear different numbers now, no matter what the position that they have. Cedric Wilson had the number here last year, obviously, and since he's been here. But if you remember the draft press conference that they asked about, a reporter asked about the changes of the numbers, and Jerry Jones made it very clear that he said that a lot of that is tied to business, the players, and that he has the sole right to say what number his players are going to wear. And if it makes business sense, then, it's going to be sense to Jerry Jones. So really to make a long story short, Jerry Jones obviously sees the business at number 11. Number 11 on Parsons is going to make a whole lot of money rather than number 11 being on Cedric Wilson. I think that's just common sense. I believe since the numbers came out, Michael Parsons jerseys have already been ordered. I mean, plenty. And I guarantee you there's already been more orders for Parsons at number 11 than there's ever been for Cedric Wilson at number 11. So again, it's really not up to the players have to ask for permission to change their numbers, or at least in Dallas organization, that's what they have to do. So it just makes sense. Jerry's going to make plenty of money because Michael Parsons' jersey is going to be ordered like crazy, and it already is doing it, obviously. I thought about buying one myself, to be honest with you. Probably am going to get one. So it just makes sense. Jerry made that very clear that he's the judge, jury, and executioner when it comes to those numbers and all that kind of stuff. So it's really not it's not even up to Cedric Wilson, even if he didn't want to give it up. Jerry has the right to change the number. So he made that very clear. Eka said that's a punter's number. It is, but he's gonna make number 11 a household name, no doubt about it. Michael Parsons gonna do that number the real justice. Mike said, "I'm surprised Jerry went along with it." I'm not, because Jerry C. Green. Jerry C. Green. Michael Parsons is gonna make him a lot of money. No question about it. Eka says, "I'm gonna wait to see what he does before I get one." Yeah, when it comes to rookies rookies, this is not Penn State no more. This is the NFL. And so I understand what you're saying, Ekush. You got to see it before you anoint him as one of the greats and all that kind of stuff. I get it. But this kid is different. I would put my money on him and saying that he's going to be exactly what we think. Of course, he's going to make probably some mistakes. He's a rookie. You know what I'm saying? He's a rookie, so let's not act like he's coming in as a Hall of Famer. He got to earn that right. He's going to make some mistakes, but I got a feeling this kid is going to make a whole lot of plays. I've already said it in my previous show. Somebody going to have to prove me wrong, but I believe, barring injury, Parsons will be the Rookie of the Year defensively next year. I believe that. I believe he's going to be the NFL Rookie of the Year. He's going to start day one. He's going to get he's going to start day one. So the opportunity will be there for him to make a lot of plays. And from the position that he played, he's going to be more impactful than J.C. Horn and Surtain. Those are the two names that was above him as far as that went above him in the draft. And you got some old rookies, of course, that's there. Yeah, I see you. Eka says, I waited to get LVE's jersey too, waited till December. Yeah. Were you surprised? Mike said, were you surprised Vanner Edge didn't get his 5th-year option? No. I didn't want him to get it because I'm one, and y'all can argue me down. It's cool. Everybody has their set of standards, but I believe availability is the best attribute of a football player. You can't play. You can't have all on your career record, however many games he played, and I'm not saying it's been over half, but he's a rookie. As a rookie, that was about his best year. After that, his body slowly but surely started letting him down. And once you start talking about neck injuries, the one that he's had, and surgeries, that's not a good sign for him being so young. And so I'm not investing $9 million into him next year when there's, history is starting to show that he's not going to even play half the season. I can't give it. And if he does get hurt next year, which, you don't speak it over him. You know what I'm saying? You don't speak it over him, but his history shows that he's a junior Sean Lee, that he cannot stay on the field. And so this essentially is almost kind of like a prove it year. I see you could say, no, I think it would keep him at a lower price. I don't think he's going nowhere for a long time. If he gets hurt a lot, but when he plays, he's hard to beat. Jaden is one that needs to be worried. A lot of that with E-Kush, as you can see, is true. But LV don't be on the field enough for me to be really talking about investment. If he gets hurt this year again, the Cowboys will be right. So really, this is almost kind of like a little contract year. So I'm expecting LV actually, because it never fails. Guys that are on kind of like a contract year, they always ball out. They don't hardly miss games. They give it their all. They play their best football, and then they get their money, and then Some get greater and then some die off. So I wouldn't give it to him either. I that's just me. You may think that he deserved it or whatever. That's fine. That's all right. I believe two things could be right at the same time. That's just me and my standard. I can't pay you if you ain't been on the field. I mean, I just can't. Good kid when he cushes right when he's on the field, he's dangerous, but he's not on the field enough. He's just not, and so I can't invest like that. I can't give him. I can't give it to him. Those neck when you start talking about back and neck injuries, that's that's real stuff there. Uh, no question about it. That's serious stuff. If it been his arm or something like that, then fine. When you start talking neck injuries and spine issues and back issues, you enter into a whole new different world when it comes to injury. And that's where LV is already in his career. So I can't invest into that. That's just me. You may feel different than I, and you could be right in your assessment, but I'm not paying you that kind of money, and you can't stay on the field. Nah. He can go on play it out this year. Play it out this year, and then let's see see where he at after that. Doesn't he have the same condition Mike Irvin has? The ultimate answer to that, Mike, is no, because Mike Irvin didn't play one down after he went down in Philadelphia on that day. He had to retire. LVE has not had that same fate yet. So he's eligible to come back. All reports are that he looks great and all that kind of stuff. But, it's easy to say, he looks great and all that kind of stuff. His problem is when he hits somebody and that joke goes down his neck into his spine and all that kind of stuff, how's his body going to respond? So far, his body has not responded well to any injury. It has just not responded well. I hope that he had a lot of time off and he got time off right now. I'm quite sure he ain't had too many collisions like he's going to have playing. It's just going to be interesting to see how his body reacts to the bumping and the hitting and all that kind of stuff. That's the question mark. It's almost kind of like Dak. Dak really ain't gonna know if he's really back till he get hit. That's usually the mark of a football player. Once they get over that first initial hit, and then it's like a light bulb come across the top of their head, and they say, "Yeah, I'm back. I'm good. I'm ready. I'm ready to roll." And I think that's the same thing with Dak. So, it is what it is. He could say LV had neck issues in college, and we still took him in the first round, so they knew this was going to be an issue. Hopefully our docs will keep him good. We got the best docs in the country. That's true. And but in hindsight, he could, that's kind of scary. Just to hear that a kid, in his very early 20s already has a neck issue, that has continued. So the consistency is there. And it's only going to get, as you get older, unless it's really something that the docs have done as far as surgery goes. Hopefully, all that, whatever pain he was having there or twinges in the neck or whatever the case may be, hopefully things turn around. But that's not a real good sign for a kid to be having neck issues in college and then he's got the same problems in the pros. That don't look good. That's not a good future. But hopefully everything has been corrected. That's all you can hope for. And E. Cushy is right that we have some amazing doctors on this staff, and the doctors that we do not have, I promise you, Jerry Jones can go get them. Jerry Jones has the money to have access to any doctor in this country. in this world, actually. And if they need the best neck surgeon in the world, I believe Jerry Jones can get that if he needs it. You could say that's why I don't want to get too hype about Parsons. Linebacker is one of the most dangerous physical demanding positions in football. Well, the only security in that cushy is that Parsons has not had no injury like that. That's the only thing LVE has. You see what I'm saying? There's a big difference when you got a history that goes all the way back to college, and then your pro days or your pro career matches the problems that you had in college as far as injury goes. Parsons doesn't have that issue. Don't have the issue at all. Matter of fact, I don't. He ain't been hurt. But you are right about the position of linebacker. It's demanded that you hit folks nonstop. And human body is not designed to take collisions, violent collisions like that consistently. So, and you're right, anything can happen. People get hurt all the time. That position of linebacker is a physical, demanding, crucial, punishing the position. It's your job is to go hit somebody, take them out. It's just that's the job. So you hope it's like that, and that's why I say we can't really just really can't just. This is just me. Like I said, you may feel differently, but it's kind of hard for me to put a lot of stock into LVE right now. It don't look good to me. It just don't. I hope, pray to God for that young man because he's so young that you hope that's not the case. But if he have another neck injury this year, like he had last year, that's not a good sign. And sooner or later, somebody gonna have to have a talk. Like, man, do you really need to be doing this for the rest of your life? I mean, you 20 some odd years old, you do realize unless the Lord sees fit, you got a lot of years left on this earth. You be such a young man, you want to live till you 50, 60 years old. You don't want to be paralyzed. So, once you start having consistent neck injuries and stuff like that, you got to eventually start having these talks. And the LVE, I believe, I'm quite sure somebody whispered to him. I'm quite sure somebody have even made a suggestion like, man, can you do this anymore? I'm quite sure. It's just when you start having too many neck injuries, that's the conversation. So I hope that's not the case. I really do. I hope it's not, because like he could say it earlier, when he plays now, he's an all-pro linebacker. That's what he was. He made I ain't say Pro Bowl. I said all pro. Check out his rookie year. He was a all pro in his rookie year, an all pro in his rookie year. So the talent level is not even. We ain't talking about the talent level. We're just talking about, can the kids stay healthy? That's what we're talking about. Kerry said Jalen with the drop foot and LV with his issues. DQ watched the film and addressed the linebacker position. I believe Kerry, thanks for popping in on me too, man. I believe Kerry, I believe you're absolutely right. I believe they know more than what we know, obviously. Their doctors talk to them. And there's information that we haven't heard. All we know is he have a neck injury and he's had surgery. The Cowboys organization know exactly where he got operated on, how long the recovery time is, what are the pros and cons of him having the surgery, what are the, what kind of contact really can he take. They know the ifs, all the ifs and all. I mean, their knowledge of LVE is nothing like us. So all we're doing is speculating. They have the facts. They have the conversation that we don't know. So it's really it's really nothing that we can say. You know what I'm saying? They know a whole lot more than what we know, which means Kerry may be absolutely right, which may be the reason why they went in and drafted 2 more linebackers. Because they may plan already, may be planning to get away from him. And when you don't give that kid a option, it may not just be because you want to try to prove it. It's just like we know your injury history. We just can't take a chance. We already went through this for years with Sean Lee. We don't want to repeat the Sean Lee episode for his whole career. On the field, hurt most of it. They don't want to do that. So that's just me. That's just me. That's just my thoughts. Appreciate you, Kerry. Listen, we'll talk about some of this on tomorrow, 3 p.m. Central Time. 3 p.m. Central Time, the Big Time Show podcast will air on tomorrow evening at 3 p.m. on tomorrow. I have a speaking engagement tomorrow at 1 o'clock also, so I'll be in front of this computer for a while. On tomorrow, I will be. I just thought about that. I have a speaking engagement on tomorrow. Bet you can hear me now. Yeah, you can hear me now. There you go. All right. Yeah, I look like I'm getting off just in time then. Getting off just in time. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. for those that are still on here. I'll check you guys out on tomorrow, 3 p.m. Central Time, for the Big Time Show podcast. We'll talk about some of this and more. I got you, Kerry. I know I figured that out real quick. I don't like that, but that part is on me. I had my foot on something. That's what lost the sound, and you can't replug stuff out, so you have to refresh the page and do all that kind of stuff. Appreciate you, E. Kush. Thank you, man. I'll see you guys on tomorrow. Y'all hanging with me. I appreciate you so much. We'll see you tomorrow, 3 p.m. The Big Time Show.